Hello, Crossroads Church, and anyone else who may be listening to this. My name is Keegan, coming to you with the daily devotion for Friday, and Crossroads is continuing its sermon series of Unoffendable, where this past Sunday service, the message was on how giving and receiving offense. And for this devotion, I wanted to talk about the ideas of transactional versus transformational. And transactional, the idea of processes and control, and transformational being inspiring others to follow. And I think we could all agree our culture is very transactional today, and it may be a big reason why culture in general gives and takes offense so easily today. And again, our vision and goal of the sermon series of Unoffendable is seeking to be followers of Jesus who do not give or take offense easily. In other words, just be more like Jesus, be the hands and feet, living life with arms wide open, if you will. And for transactional, I don't want to paint the idea that transactional is necessarily bad or evil. If anything, I think we could agree that it's very effective. If you look at just the U.S., for example, our country, it's one of the youngest countries, right? 1776, and it has one of the world's greatest economies. So transactional cultures and transactional is very effective. It's rational, it's logical, it makes sense. For example, you pay someone based on the value of the product or service that they give you. It makes sense. It's rational, and we tend to tip people based on based on their level of performance. If there's a waiter or waitress, you would give them a larger tip if they're do awesome, they're super friendly, they're on top of your order and whatnot. Transactional. It makes sense. It's rational. It's logical, and it's effective. But this idea, it would be weird and radical if you gave a huge tip to a waiter or waitress, $100 tip, if they spilt your water and food all over you, if they weren't friendly at all, they were rude, they didn't pay attention to your order. That would be weird if you gave them, hey, here's $100 tip. I know you weren't friendly, you didn't, you spilt all the food over us, but here's $100 tip. Thank you so much for serving us. That would be weird, right? It wouldn't. That would be transformational. In that same way, it's radical, and it's not rational when we reach out and serve others expecting nothing in return. It's different. Sometimes people are caught off guard today in our society and culture when you do something kind to others expecting nothing in return. And as Christ followers and as Christians, that's exactly what we're called to do, to be radical. And why is that? Because there is nothing logical or rational for what Christ did for you and me. It makes zero sense what Christ did for you and me. A person that was hated by us as humans, hated by the world, that he would die for us? That a holy, perfect, righteous, just God would come down from his throne and make himself a humble servant, to be spit on, beaten, crucified. Why would he do that? And it's love. It's this amazing love that he has for you and me. While we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. And we love and are called to love and serve because Christ first loved and served us. So the more we spend time in spiritual disciplines, reading our Bible daily, praying daily, surrounding ourselves with other believers that encourage us, convict us, equip us to live out our calling as Christ followers, the more and more we will fall in love with our Creator and know Him more fully. And it becomes easier to live life with arms wide open and not taking offense, not giving offense, and being able to receive offense more easily. So I just wanted to end with 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 6. It's very common. You've probably heard of it. It's told at many different weddings. It's again, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 6. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails. So let that be just a hope and encouragement for you today to remember, though we're in a culture that's very transactional, we are called to bring transformation and change by bringing Jesus and the Holy Spirit with us wherever we go, and being his hands and feet, and living our life with arms wide open. So have a great weekend. God bless.